Welcome to The Stuff, the podcast where you and I literally talk about what else? Stuff. This is your comedic escape-based podcast show, and I'm your host, Ian Walker. Now, let's go talk about some stuff. Hello, everybody. This is Ian Walker here, and I want to welcome you guys to The Stuff. This is my very first test pilot episode of what I am hoping will become a very good and kind of successful, with a nice, decent audience, podcast show. Thank you for tuning in and giving this a shot and giving it a quick listen. Those of you that have gotten this episode, again, this is a test pilot episode. You guys will be getting this earlier than everyone. So though that means there are some of you guys that are listening to this right now. And to those of you who have decided to listen to this, thank you so very much. I would love your opinions, your suggestions, and some things that you think would help make this podcast better, and what's gonna keep it moving, what you think will work. And again, I really appreciate your support. Okay, so who am I? My name is Ian Walker. Again, those of you who are listening to this for the very first time or before everyone else, you guys already know who I am. You guys already know what I do. You guys already know that I'm kind of funny. And so what you guys don't know, though, is that I used to do this before. As a kid, I used to make little comedy skits and recordings and stuff, and I would share them with my friends. It was called the Dr. Goodwill Show. I don't know. I might just make that a podcast. That's why this is called a pilot. I don't know. I might decide if this works, I might make the Dr. Goodwill Show a podcast. And that literally just came to me right now. And I'm writing that down as we speak, because I don't know why I didn't think of that before. Because people know the Dr. Goodwill Show. Well, at least some of my old friends. But anyways, let me know what you think of that. If you guys think that would be a good moniker for me. Okay, the Dr. Goodwill Show. Anyways, moving forward, I am 36 years old. I live in the Monterey Bay area. I am an artist. That is my passion. I do all types of art and things, but I also love to talk. I love food. I love pop culture. I love sci-fi. I love comic books. I love, like I said, I love art. I love television. I love dance. There's so much stuff that I like. It's kind of ridiculous. And that's the reason why I decided to call this show The Stuff, because there's so much that I want to talk about, and I think folks would have fun listening to. And then two, you guys at the same time can give me your opinion as well. So, I'm recording this podcast like on my phone. So I'm really hoping that this does not, the phone doesn't ring while I'm recording this. Why? Because that would suck. That'd be bammer. Anyways, so I turned down the sound. I really hope the sound doesn't come through. Anyways, I'm going to be also, when I record these podcasts, they're going to be raw like this. I'm going to not take out the mistakes. I'm going to keep them there, because for me, I like realness. If things are too polished and clean cut, I try to be that as a person. But with certain things, I think it's just much better to know the person. And so when you take out all the mistakes and you try to make everything perfect, you come up with a more artificial type of production or type of thing. And I like to think of myself being a pretty real person, not trying to sound like J-Lo or nothing. But yeah, that's what it is. So enough about me, Casanova. So what is the stuff? The stuff is actually like I said, a podcast where I'm going to literally be talking about stuff. I'm going to be talking about just about everything. You're pretty much going to get a hint of what this show is going to be about based on the main topic of what I decide to cover that week, whether it be something from my head or something from you guys in the audience as a suggestion or something in an email or whatever the case may be. Again, I'm going to be talking about movies because I love movies. I'm a huge moviegoer. I love it a lot. I'm going to be talking about TV. I'm going to be talking about cooking and food. I'm going to be talking about real life too. I'm going to be talking about, motivational quotes, and I'm going to be talking about funny experiences. I'm going to be talking about just different things that happen in my life. You guys send me stuff. I'm going to be talking about things that happened in your life. It's just going to be, I'm hoping that it will be a lot of fun. In fact, I know it'll be a lot of fun. And will be something, and I'm going to try to stop saying and a lot as well, because I know that's the first thing you guys are talking about. Well, Ian, the first thing to do is stop saying and all the time in your podcast. That's the first email I'm going to write you. Yeah, so I know. So anyway, so get that out your mind, taken care of. And if I say and again, aside from when I just said it just now, don't trip. Don't even worry about it. Mind your business. Shush your mind. Anyway. See, I'm trying not to say again. So see, there it is. So I will be talking about all kinds of different things, funny experiences, cooking, culture, art, you name it. Whatever the topic is, that's what I'm going to focus on. Now, how is my podcast, The Stuff, going to differ from other podcasts? I don't know if you guys have listened to other podcasts before, or if this is your first podcast you've ever listened to. The thing is, my podcast, The Stuff, is going to be the podcast where you de-stress. This is a comedy show mixed with a little bit of real life, but more comedy. I want it to be fun. I want it to be relatable. I want it to be interactive. And so what that means, I'm going to have certain segments called audience participation. And that is going to be done by the way of you guys send me emails and messages regarding certain experiences in your life that you think you might want to have shared. And I will talk about those. I will also, hopefully in the future, as this show progresses, I would love to have interviews by people that cook, cooks and all of that stuff. Comic book artists, if I can. I want, and also too, interviews from my friends. Or people that I know. I want to be able to have you guys, the viewers, be a part of this show, be a part of this podcast. Why? Because if you do, that's going to help spread the word even more, right? That's going to help, kind of spread it like wildfire. I am hoping. So, and I'm confident that it will. Okay. Now, there are certain stuff that I'm not going to be talking about, okay, on this show. Now, I talk about stuff, but we ain't going to talk about everything. There's some stuff that just shouldn't be talked about. Why? Because it's just too heated. And also, again, I mentioned this is an escapist type podcast. I'm not trying to shove down morals down anybody's throats. I'm not shoving political opinions, religious opinions, or anything like that. So, as I said, we're not going to talk about our religious opinions. We have those each of our own, and we need to respect that. And so, and we're not going to talk about our political opinions either, because I'm sure at this point we can all agree that leads to nothing but conflict in and of itself, right? Isn't that funny? Politics is supposed to unite people, but it divides more than anything. So this is not the place for that. So those are the two things that we're not going to talk about here. Okay. I'm going to be talking about some nerdy stuff. You're going to hear me talking about Doctor Who, like For instance, this past season finale, oh my God, I didn't even know. Let me see. I'm releasing this right now. I'm recording this. I'm going to be recording my podcast either Sunday or Monday. So today it's Monday and I watched it on Saturday. So that means by the time you guys listen to this, it'll be Tuesday. So, spoilers. And if you haven't watched it already, that's your own fault and you need to keep up with your stuff. So for all you Whovians, my fellow Whovians out there who watch Doctor Who, what was that? So dope. I had this was an amazing ride, an amazing season. Peter Capaldi is definitely one of my favorite doctors. I'm waiting for the Christmas special because I want to see how this guy goes out. But he's been amazing. I think he's been very different. And I really like what he's done with this character. I honestly kind of don't know where else they could go, but that's great. Bill, her end, turning into a Cyberman, a Modestian Cyberman. Sad. Very, very sad. I think it was almost a crueler fate than Clara when she left. Because at least she's still exploring the universe, with one. I think her name was one, that other immortal chick in that one episode. But, it was sad when she left, yeah, but it wasn't like as sad as, she didn't become a Cyberman, and then, so she became a Cyberman at the end. And then, for the writers and for everyone else watching that is into Bill's story, she ended up leaving to be with her girlfriend, traveling the universe, leaving the doctor by himself. She just left, dude. She just straight up left old dude up in the TARDIS. I just thought about that right now. She's like, okay, doctor, bye. Gives him a kiss on the cheek and leaves the old dude in the TARDIS and dips with her girlfriend to explore the universe. Like, bye, old man, out. And he's just sitting in there dead. She literally left the doctor for dead. That just came to me right now. That's jacked up. That is so messed up. Bill left the doctor for dead after all the stuff he did for her, and he shown her. She leaves that dude in the TARDIS for dead. That is crazy. That is nuts. Anyways, that's hecka funny. So, yeah, Doctor Who was great. Oh, the plot twist with the Master also being in there. Although we all should have known, the Master was there. Every time Cybermen are involved, the Master's not too far behind, is it? Whether it was when we first were introduced to Missy, that was the same thing. And now with the Master, same thing. I mean, the dude's either trying to destroy the world or bring Cybermen around in some form or fashion. And I love that. It was cool. It was great. It was a fun ride. So I really am looking forward to what's going to be going down during the Christmas special in December. And then that's a whole 7 months away. And then I gotta wait for a whole another, 7 months for the new season. And I'm very excited to find out who the new doctor is going to be. So, yeah, that's my Doctor Who rant for this week. Very satisfied, very happy, loved it a lot. Had a great time. Believe it was a great season. A great out for Mr. Capaldi. Okay, so I'm done with Doctor Who. So all you guys who don't like Doctor Who or like, oh my God, okay, I'm done now. Okay, so we're good. So now I'm gonna go on to something else. Oh, another thing I want to talk about. See, one of the things I'm going to do, and let me know if you guys think this would be a good idea. I was thinking about creating a YouTube channel. I'm going to create a YouTube channel anyway. That's going to happen. Okay. But as an idea, I was thinking while I did the podcast, I would also do a not a live podcast. Well, maybe eventually a live podcast as well. Record while you guys are watching me do this podcast as well. But do a video podcast as well. So the same episode that you're hearing, but also a visual one, hearing it on YouTube as well. To pretty much give everybody more options, because options are always good. It's like ice cream and flavors and stuff like that. Tell me what you guys think, will you? So if you guys think that'll be a good idea, I would love to hear what you guys think. Okay. I am going to be creating a website for the stuff. I'm going to be creating a website for it. I'll be loading up the podcast episodes there. This particular pilot episode is going to be on there as well. But you guys will be getting it first, and 9 times out of 10, again, if you're listening to it, it's probably going to be an MP4 file, and then I'll be loading it onto the website later when it's completed, so that everyone can have a chance at it. But I do want there to be some change. I want there to be I want this to improve. So that's why I feel user participation is so important, and why I think you guys having a say is so important. Now that's a say though. Okay, listen, look. Okay, just because y'all say something don't mean I'm gonna listen to it. Okay, this is my podcast. I'm gonna say what I want to say. I'm gonna do what I want to do. But I always invite and encourage feedback and constructive criticism. Be respectful. Okay, that's all I'm asking. Just be respectful. Okay, you get disrespectful, you're gonna get 2 shots to the neck. I don't care, because don't be rude. Okay, just hey Ian, man, podcast was cool, bro, but you talked about Doctor Who for about 15 minutes, man. I'm not into that. Okay, well, I'll have you skip over the parts. In fact, if you do that, maybe at the beginning of the show, I'll say, hey, I'm talking about Doctor Who this week. Skip from this part to this part. I don't know. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I won't. I don't know. But always, please, I always appreciate constructive criticism. I always appreciate input. And I always appreciate things that's going to make things a little bit better. Okay? So let me know. Give me some feedback, please. At the end of this show, I'm going to create an email address where everyone can talk to me, and send me send me an email for whatever you need to. In regard to the stuff, if I can, I'm trying to actually create that now as we speak. So if I sound a little distracted, I know that's whack, but I'm sorry. I'm going to try to make it the stuff@gmail.com temporarily. And then once the website is live, then I will shift it to ian@thestuff.com. I think that would be good. So let's see. I'm literally right now. Yep, this stuff is taken. See, man, I don't appreciate that. Yeah. So IDW, the stuff IDW. No, I'm not doing that right now. That's bad form. I'll handle that later. So what I am gonna do now though is I'm gonna go to Google. So I got 10 minutes left in the show. Oh, that I probably should have said this in the beginning. Every show I do, it's going to be a 30-minute podcast. Okay? So 30-minute podcast of this stuff every Tuesday. All right? So I'm going to try my best. Like I said, I'm going to have it available on the website. I'm going to have it available on SoundCloud. I need to figure that out. I need to have it available on Spotify. I'm going to figure that out. There's a lot of things I got to figure out. And I'm going to do everything I can to make sure that you guys will have as much access to this stuff as possible. See why I named the show The Stuff? Because it just makes sense. It just rolls off the tongue. It fits. It works. So it will be there and accessible to you guys. And we will go from there. Now, usually at this part of the show, I'm going to be doing something called trends or what's trending. Something like that. Again, I'll figure it out as time goes on and the show gets stronger and much more popular. I'll talk about some kind of trends, whether it be with social media, whether it be something I saw on TV or the TV show, whatever, anything that is kind of trending and that people are into. And then after that, I will have my audience participation where I read some emails or I will read some comments from people on the YouTube page just for fun and giggles. Because I don't know about you guys, you know, when you browse YouTube, right? Okay. And this is a whole nother podcast show altogether. Okay. The rabbit hole that is YouTube. But you know how when you're going on a YouTube page and you go on a weird video or something like that, the video might be funny, it might not be funny. Is it just me or do you get the most comedy from the comments that people say? I be dying laughing at the comments that people make more than anything. Because, dude, these comments these people make are savage, dude. They're hilarious. And I could just sit there all day and just read comments from people. So that's why, again, you know, everybody give me some good content. I can just read off comments on stuff. So I'll read off comments on my show, on the YouTube links from my show. And also, if I find a video, I will share it with you guys. I will let you know about it. And I'll link it in the show notes on the website so that you guys can check it out whenever you want. And I will also have you guys take a look at those notes, those comments in there, dude, because that's funny. So like I said, I'll be reading emails, comments from the YouTube page, from the Stuff YouTube page. I'll be all kind of stuff. And so that's pretty much where we will be going there. So now I feel like I'm talking in circles because, you know, this pretty much, like I said, was a test pilot episode, and I was going to only talk about what this podcast was going to be about, what I was going to do, how it was going to be different. I pretty much covered that really quickly. So right now it's just kind of like off the cuff. So I do promise that I will be a little bit more prepared. I am going to, you know, speak, you know, extemporaneously because, again, I think that's more organic. However, as far as outline of the show is concerned, I will have that more prepared, at least by the first episode. But I do want to go and talk about something that is trending now. And again, I have T-minus 7 minutes. So I am looking on the internet right now on something, or what's trending? What's trending? Donald Trump hasn't said anything weird on Twitter in a while because that dude, he's all afraid of butterflies invading the U.S. and stuff. He just says all kind of weird stuff. It's hilarious, actually. Calls to remove Donald Trump are trending on Twitter. There it is. So, yeah, so they don't want that dude on social media anymore. Which I don't blame you, because the dude just wakes up. You know what I really think? I think the dude wakes up. I think he has dreams at night. And you know how when you dream something, you're like, oh my God, the dream was so real. I was flying and I felt the air on my face and everything. And it felt so real. And you wake up and you're like, oh man, oh. I think with Donald Trump, I think that's the case with that cat. Because that dude wakes up in the morning or the middle of the night, whatever the case may be, whether he wakes up to go pee at night or something. I don't know. And if he is in the bathroom peeing, the dude's on the toilet and he pulls out his phone on his Twitter and he's just going off on a dream that he had, but he thought was so real. I mean, the dude just everything. And like I said, he think butterflies are going to invade the U.S. and give everybody sickle cell or something. I don't know. The dude's funny. That dude is laughs. I don't know what his damage is, but yeah, he be doing some crazy stuff. So I don't blame people for wanting him to go off Twitter. The dude just needs to be off social media altogether. Because the more the dude talks, the more he makes himself look unintelligent. And it's not a good look, especially for someone that rules the world and all the weapons in it, right? You know. So, anyways. So, and the dude's always looking mad and bitter and angry. I don't know what the dude's life is at home, but it's probably pretty bad. Pretty bad. So, anyways, guys, so I am going to, wait, what's this? It says Elmo gets fired by Trump. That's funny. Well, there's not going to be any show notes on this, so I'm not going to talk about it, and I'm not going to put it in there. So, too bad. But the next episode will definitely have it. So, haha. Anyway. All right, guys. So, for those of you that have, I want to say thank you. Okay. Take the time to say thank you for all of you that are listening to the show. I appreciate you guys just taking this time to listen. And I hope that you guys do and will enjoy the show as it progresses. The one thing I ask of all of you that I've given the show to, please either shoot me a text if you know me, whether you liked it or not, what I can do to make it different. If you do not know me, shoot me an email to idwalkerart@gmail.com. idwalkerart, that's all one word, @gmail.com. Tell me some stuff of what you think. Tell me some things that you think will make this better. Tell me some things that you want me to talk about in the next show. Talk to me. Okay? Help me make this better. And again, get back on me too. Get back with me telling me about what you think of the idea of filming the podcast too on YouTube as well, because I think that's a good idea. Like I said, it's gonna go on YouTube as audio for sure, but seeing it live, or seeing a video of it while I'm doing the podcast. Let me know what you guys think of that idea. Okay. So anyways, I'm going to close up the show right now. Again, big thank you so much for you guys all listening and supporting me and all these things. I really, really, really appreciate it. And let's make this stuff better than it is today, right? We want to make stuff better every day. All right. So this is Ian Walker signing off. Yeah, I need to come up with a catchy slogan too to go out, or maybe I shouldn't. Just tell me if I should do that too. All right, guys, bye. I just want to take the time to thank you guys for listening to the stuff, and I really appreciate all your feedback on this particular episode. Again, a reminder, please send me all your comments and your suggestions to idwalkerart.com. Let me know what you thought of the show. I would really appreciate it. Until then, see you next week. See you next Tuesday. Take care.